Dallas. I'm talking about NFC guys, the Dallas Tampa game, and listen, we can talk about Tampa and Mike Evans and Tom Brady have a relationship again, and they seem to be looking at Vita Vea's back healthy, so they're playing well on defense. They're playing better than they did in the beginning of the season. The Dallas Cowboys it's going to be 100% all about the Dallas defense, obviously, but really Dak Prescott, man. I mean, Dak Prescott is just not playing. He's got 15 picks this year, and he missed 5 games. He leads the league in picks, and he's got 5 games, less than everybody else. They score 27.5 points in the league. They're top for number 4. They're well balanced. They run the ball. It's almost 50-50. It's 48-52 run to pass. Good for number 10 in the league. And you see, like, I highlight this play again. I don't always highlight plays that get a ton of yards. I highlight plays that show you that they're well coached. This is Joe Philbin's. This is Joe Philbin's coaching group. So their center, you see they're going to ace with All-Pro Zach Martin, right guard. He has a little ace block here. Bang! Immediately sees that we're showing a little against the rookie. We got, I think that's Deron Payne, the defensive tackle, is showing a little. So he's going to come over and slam that, and just take that off and let the linebacker make the play 4 or 5 yards deep. Like, that is a little thing that when you start talking about details and you start talking about coaching, you start talking about culture, that is a little thing that we do see from guys like John Runyon Jr., but we're not seeing across the board.
Right. Yeah. Good job.
You watch Dak here, and the throw's open right now. He's gonna run a slant, throws open, but he's just not taking it. And whether he's feeling the rush and this and that, they've got a couple different guys playing offensive line. So now Tyron Smith's back, but he's playing right tackle, so it took him a little while to get used to it.
Yeah, he's on the other side.
Jason Peters is playing left tackle. Jason Peters was one of the baddest dudes I've ever seen play football. Right now, he still looks good, at times, but he is older, and it's easy to beat him inside when you start looking at the talent on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're kind of spaced out. Vita Vea is actually leading them in sacks, which is kind of nuts to think about. But Joe Tryon is a guy, he's a first-round pick last year. I just see him kind of giving Peters a little bit of trouble because he does a great speed to power with an inside bull. And Dak, you just see, he's just kind of seeing the rush a little bit more than you'd expect. Like this kind of look right here. When you've got a stacked defensive back outside on your number 1 wide receiver on a 3-by-1 look, and then you have him backed up by the corner, well, you've got to probably know that you need to go over to the 3 side, right? Like in other words, they're gonna reroute this guy for sure. And what's interesting about this play is like Dak comes over and is looking. It's like, what are you looking at? And so now you feel like, oh, I got to start scrambling, blah 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 blah. And you give up a sack when I think maybe when he's in a better frame of mind before his injury. I don't know if you see some of these kind of errors, right? Because it's not like this is
1, 2, 3, boom, ball should be.
This isn't a collapsing pocket early, right? Like he's got space.
Yeah, you only got about maybe 3 seconds, if that. So 3 step, he's on that back foot. The ball should be out.
And even right here, get rid of the ball. Those sacks, those mean something to offensive linemen. Those mean something to the quarterback, the psyche of the team. So
100%.
It's just interesting. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are actually 8th in the league in sacks. They don't have a guy higher than 6.5 sacks, but they've let's see, 8th in the league at 43 sacks this year, which is nuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Right. So you look at Jason Peters right here. We're talking about it. You just see this inside bull. And he feels that pressure, got to get rid of the ball again. This, like, you watch the first half of this game really until the 2-minute drive, Dak doesn't look great. You got an open stick right here, doesn't hit it. Now throws the ball away, almost gets it picked off. And like literally very next play, bro.
Yeah, it is. It was the next play.
You got outside leverage here, and you can throw the quick out against outside leverage right here. You can throw it, right? He's there. But you got to throw it in his hands.
Yeah.
There's no room for error here. No room for error. And that's just like, that's elite. When you talk about elite level quarterback play, that's where we're at. So what do they do? They have to sit down and start running like 5-yard stick routes, and you just see the evolution of their offense from this point on was like, okay, let's just give him just as much as he can eat. And it's not as dynamic. He took a couple shots deep, but they were 50-50 balls. Could have very easily been picked off. See,
behind him.
Yeah, just timing's a little bit off. And really this guy's in his face, you see that rush, you feel the rush. But again, if you're a top 10 quarterback, top 5 quarterback, that's not what you expect.
Yeah, that shouldn't stutter you off your throw right there. Shouldn't stop you off your throw.
I think generally everybody thinks if Dallas can run the football against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they should be able to win, right? Because they take away some of the issues that Dak's having in the passing game. But look, this play, 2-minute drive, he put a great drive together. You say they're playing too high, and they're going to trap. They got trips down to the left. Talking about Dallas Cowboys, they're going to go tan and trap the inside receiver with the backside safety. As soon as Dak sees this, right here, he knows that slot has to be open because the play side safety is not going to also trap the second slot.
Yeah,
makes a great throw in a tight window. And like if he delivers like that, dude, this team can honestly. If he plays like that throw, that one rep, if he plays like that, they can go a great distance. But there's a lot of tape right now that's showing that he's kind of feeling the heat a little bit. I don't think he's seeing ghosts by any means, but he doesn't look like this is confident footwork, right?
Yeah,
steps into his throw and everything.
Exactly. He's got to be something.